In this video, a horrifying true story emerges about a renter who discovered something terrifying hiding in what seemed like a normal home. I started subletting a rental cabin for a few months in 2023 because my dad and I were fighting and I had to leave. The guy who was renting the apartment had personal problems that made him have to leave. To make things easier, I'll just call him my landlord. The house was a whole unit rental that was paid from month to month, which worked out great for my short-term needs. There were 2 floors, with a small kitchen, a good-sized living room, and a bedroom that you had to go up a short flight of stairs to reach. To get to the bedroom upstairs, you had to open a strange, hat-shaped door. I had been living there for a month and had already paid the rent for the next month, so I was all set up. The cabin was at the end of a dirt road, next to a few other cabin-style homes of the same size. I thought one of them was empty since I never saw cars stopped in front of the other ones or lights on them. Even though I never met them, I knew they had people living in them. Sometimes I work 12-hour shifts, and when I get home I'm so tired that I'll just go to bed and watch TV until I fall asleep. It was one of those nights. When I got home, I had a protein shake and a peanut butter and jelly sandwich for dinner. After that, I went to bed. Every night I closed the door on the floor. I don't like it when the door to your bedroom is open at night. It makes me feel exposed or defenseless. This cabin was made for one person or a couple, even though the door and the floor didn't lock. A voice from below said, "Who's up there?" while I was watching TV in bed. Suddenly, as I stood up straight, I felt my heart stop for a second. The sound seemed to come from inside the house, but it could have been coming from outside as well. To turn off the TV, I grabbed the remote. I climbed on top of the bed to look out the round window above it. It was dark, and I didn't see anyone out there. I asked, "Who's there?" And the eerie quiet that followed made me get up and grab the doorknob. The door was opened, and I looked down the stairs. I called my dad's name because I thought he might have come over. There was no answer. I went downstairs. I was really scared. I turned on the first light. The living room was lit up when I passed it. There was no one down there in the back of my head. I still thought this was someone from outside. That's when I looked out the front window and saw that there was no one there. I was really lost at this point. I turned off the light in the living room and went back up the stairs to my room, where I closed the door on the floor. I turned on the TV again since I was pretty awake. I heard pounding on the bedroom door from below not even 5 minutes later. They seemed mad or like they were trying to scare me. This proved that there was someone in the house if there was any question before. This time I left the TV on and didn't move at all because I was really too scared to do anything. The most scary thing was that there was no lock on the door, so whoever was down there could easily open it. I did nothing for about 20 minutes. When I felt ready to move, I went to get my phone. It was never on my desk, of course. It was nowhere to be found. I think I left it downstairs. I looked down the stairs when I opened the door to my bedroom. I could just barely see down the stairs to the living room because the TV screen's light was changing all the time. When I got to the bottom of the stairs, I didn't turn on any lights. Instead, I ran out the back door barefoot to the house next door that I knew had people living there. And I saw that their lights were on. Many times I knocked on the door, and then I saw someone looking at me through the window next to the door. I didn't know if they had seen me for a while or not. I yelled through the glass to let him know what happened and that I needed to call the cops. I am his neighbor. He heard me, but all he did was stare at me. I started to move away from the door when I realized he wasn't even replying to me. He was just watching me in a creepy way. I looked down the road and didn't see any other houses with lights far away. I thought for a moment, what if that guy had something to do with it? The back door to my rental was closed when I got back. I locked the tiny house and turned on all the lights inside. Then I looked for my phone downstairs. I finally found it in my car where I had left it. I was so tired the last time I looked that I forgot to put it in the center console. I went inside again. In the bedroom, the TV was still on. When I got to the top of the stairs, I saw someone sitting on my bed and watching TV. It was a man. He slowly turned his head to look at me after I screamed. I ran back down the stairs and outside. where I called 911 with my phone before I could see anything else. While I was on the phone with 911 and sitting in my locked car, I watched the house. I saw someone walk past the side of the house and into the woods. This is what I told them. Before the police came, I told the officer that I saw someone, most likely the intruder, walk off into the woods. He then checked the house and the room upstairs. For the night, he asked if I knew of any other places to stay. I put my pride aside and went back to my dad's house. After packing some important things, I went back to the house the next day and stayed another night. The next morning I got the rest of my stuff. The owner was nice enough to give me some of my money back. I told him what the man looked like, and that was the last question he asked. That felt sad to me. Something wasn't right about that situation. Either the weird neighbor ignoring me, or the landlord's sudden need to move out right away, or someone breaking into the house. Maybe everything is linked, or maybe I'm thinking too much. Some footsteps are felt but never seen, and some shadows linger longer than they should. What do you think was in that house that night? A restless spirit or something far more sinister? Share your thoughts in the comments, and if you love true horror stories, like the video, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss the next one.